So, oh, and it's locked me out. That's interesting. Hi there, everyone. I'm back. This is Emma Burford from Business Rocks and the Mum's Business Directory. I hit the record button and Blab chucked me out and was saying lock the seat and usual shenanigans sometimes here. So hi there, Sean. How are you? Are you going to hop in and join me? Are you feeling brave? I'd love it if someone hopped in and we can talk. Hi there, Justin. Hello there. So I was saying earlier before Blab booted me out, trying this again now. So, I have two teens at home today, my 14-year-old and 17-year-old sons, and I've said to them, don't go on the Wi-Fi. And I've tried to bribe them with all sorts of things. But if I crash out, that could be the reason that the PS4 or some gadget's taken over here in the UK. It's half term, so... every Wednesday at 1 o'clock UK time, I'm here talking about BizRocks, BizFix, Blab, and I'd love any of you to come in and join me and talk about your business and how and what you're up to this week. It would be great to have someone next to me in the seat, and I think it's that way, but I could be wrong. It could be this way. For me this week, as I mentioned earlier, it's half term, so I have been fitting in some work around fun times with the kids, and that's what really being a mumpreneur for me is all about, because I started my businesses 8 years ago, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to work alongside what my children do and fit in work alongside their holidays, and really make a kind of a good style of working, so I wasn't actually going to be taken away from them too much, and not obviously going back to work in London, which is what I used to do. So if you've got any questions you want to ask me, I'd love you to pick my brains. You can put the /Q in the chat. Sean's saying she's got a 4-year-old off school too. So for many of us, whether we're mumpreneurs or dadpreneurs, we've often, we forget the dads sometimes, but we've all got children and we all have to share those responsibilities and get out there and work, but also be around for some family time too. So yeah, it's a tough one. So how do you work alongside your son, Sean? How do you fit in with him at the moment? Do pop your answers in there, or if you want to jump into the seat. Am I going this way? I don't know. And if you want to share and tweet and tell everyone about this Blab, I'd love some more people to come over and join us. Please do go to the tweet button, the tell little bird button, which I know is that way because I remember looking to the window. So I'm guessing the seat actually, the open seat's this way, maybe. In fact, Blab, I noticed this week has been showing up some odd things, apart from a number of people getting kicked out and having to start again. I think that's been quite a common occurrence. I noticed a little tweet button, which used to always say subscribe, share on Twitter. For me, at any rate, it's coming up blank. So when I tweet that out, I'm having to actually physically type something in, which takes a bit longer to do. But let me know if that's the same for you. I don't know if it's just mine, but I'm just getting like a blank box and it says add a link, so you get a random blab.im link to share in Twitter. So Sean's saying, I do what I can on his preschool days. During school holidays, it's mainly keeping on top of admin. Yeah, sure. It's a tough one, especially at that age, because they're very active and they want to do things. So they won't leave you alone for very long. It does get easier to some degree as they get older. So for those of you younger children thinking, how am I going to cope? As they get older, they become more, dependent, supposedly, and start going off and doing things with their pals or, as I say, hiding away in their bedroom and going online probably and crashing the system. But yeah, it's a bit of a balance, isn't it? Yeah, and they do like to eat a lot. In fact, my 17-year-old just came and had his lunch pretty early. I was thinking I could get away with it till after 2 o'clock when we finished the call, but no, that's not the case. Anyhow, this week for me, I've been drilling down into my mailing list, and I've been creating a survey. Something that I do tend to do using Typeform, which is a great survey platform, even the free version. And I actually decided that rather than do my yearly Typeform survey, which I probably will do in a couple of months' time, I would actually create a survey inside my email marketing platform. So I've been working on that yesterday, and after this Blab today, I'll get back onto it and finish it off. So I have a lot of people that have subscribed to my email lists because I've got a couple of businesses. So I've got one for my mum's business directory, which is over 5 years old now, and another for my Business Rocks digital magazine app, which is 2.5 years old. So I have quite a lot of overlap on the content because the topics that I like to talk about and share with people are business related, social media and marketing. So that's really what I like to talk about generally. So if anyone wants to hop in the seat today and talk about any of those or pick my brains, feel free to jump in and say hi. But I appreciate many of you probably working or having your lunch or 1:05 here in the UK, so it may not be always possible. But yeah, so I've been drilling down in my email marketing to really fine tune what I'm giving out to people, because we all know how busy we are. We get hooked into signing up for things online, whether it's a service or some sort of offer that you've seen, or even just, you know, the retail sales. I know I had Kate on last week, who's an email marketing retail sales expert, and, you know, we're getting bombarded now by information from everybody. So it's quite hard for us as a consumer to decide what we want to read and also how we're going to read it. So for me, it's really important to work out what people really like to read and give them a choice, you know, not bombard them with everything that I talk about and every different aspect of my businesses. So that's what I've been doing, and as I say, it'd be really interesting. Hopefully next week I might have got some results to see how many people. What I'm actually doing is actually telling them, you know, giving them the ideas that I cover and saying if they're not interested in those particular topics to click a link, and then that obviously takes them out of those email lists, and they, you know, they will only get the content that they actually want. So that'd be quite interesting. Later today, I'm actually on another Blab. Sarah Kent, who's in New Zealand, another woman in business, asked me a few weeks ago if I'd like to be interviewed. And so at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock UK time tonight, she'll be interviewing me via Blab on New Zealand, from New Zealand. So that should be good. Hopefully we'll catch up with her then, and we'll get a good connection. So tell me, what are you doing in the week, Justin? What are you working on now? I know you're sitting there probably in your office working on your insurance, but have you got anything particular that you're thinking about working on, or are you just having a break over lunch? I'd love to know. And you can either put the comments in there or hop on if you feel like you have a few minutes and you want to jump in. So the other thing I've been doing is I've been reassessing my social media marketing. I have 2 virtual assistants, and they've both been adding lots of content onto Twitter and Facebook, Google Plus, and it came up for many years. I've been sharing out the hashtag Follow Friday, and we're looking at reviewing that now because some of my contributors, particularly for the magazine, are in like 4 or 5 copies of the magazine. You know, they're regularly contributing some really great content. So what was happening is they were getting a lot of hashtag Follow Friday FFs every Friday. And so we're looking at doing some different things with that over the coming weeks now. And, you know, for me, it's all about helping promote them because that's what I'm about. I love to support other business women and help to market them. And at the same time, though, I do get contacted by loads of people saying, can we chat? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I have to be quite picky, to be honest, because I only have so many hours in the day to do things. So I'm very loyal to the people that support me and my contributors in the magazine, and also obviously to my customers and Mum's Business Directory. But it's very hard sometimes to kind of be everything for everybody. And I'm sure we all struggle with that one. It can be really difficult to kind of know when it's time to say no. So if you get that one, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you say no? Do you say no to people that want to either collaborate or you know, work alongside you or pick your brains? And, you know, how do you feel about that? Is it something that you struggle with, or do you find it quite easy? So if you've got any thoughts on that. Justin says he never says no as I'm too nice. Yeah. And I can understand that, Justin, because you are a really nice guy. So, and that is, it's a tough one, isn't it? It is really hard to say no to people because we do want to give our best and help everybody. But over the years, I've kind of got a little bit better at wiggling my no muscle, saying no. I still find it really difficult, but I do have to do it sometimes. So just click off this pop-up that's just come up in my view. Okay, so yeah, so I guess what instances, Justin, would you say that you have to say no to in your business, if we're talking business? Let me know in the comments. And I'm just reading some of the chat. I tend not to read it as I go along because otherwise I look like I'm probably looking down there. So I'll try and catch up with that. Yeah, so for me, I am finding that I'm having to say no. And this last week or so, I found that I've had loads of people, in fact, the last 2 or 3 weeks, more and more people friend requesting me on Facebook, which is lovely. And I do accept them if they look like they have a, you know, we have some sort of joint connection there or something that we might be of interest. And it's quite difficult because then, you know, often people want to sort of talk or do, you know, and I just don't have time to do that all the time. So I've never said no ever. That's great. That's really, I mean, that's a great thing to be proud of, Justin, because I mean, it is, I'd love to be able to not say no, but unfortunately sometimes I have to. But yeah, if you're able to spend time with people and find out what they're about, that's really good. And I guess it's definitely with word of mouth marketing, because you never know when that opportunity comes up, when you may have taken the time out to be nice and, you know, to just sort of talk to someone, and then something comes out of that later. So yeah, that sounds really cool. Okay, so the other thing that I'm going to be doing this week is mailing out about my new directory, which is for business women. And I've also been, as I say, I'm limited time this week, so I had a little to-do list. I didn't have lots on there, but I did, actually, let's have a look at Justin's question. In your line of work, do you find people use you to promote themselves without having to do the groundwork? Yeah, they do. You know, at the end of the day, I've amassed a lot of fantastic business friends, both men and women. And I would say, you know, I don't like to say no, but there are times when I've had to. But it very much is a case of give and take, isn't it? So if someone supports you and, you know, you can give out freely, and whether it's information or help, but I do get a lot of people messaging saying, can you promote this? Can you promote that? Can you, you know, and literally that could be permanently like something I could be doing all the time. So, and, you know, I pay, my 2 VAs to actually do marketing for my businesses. So I can't really do that much. It's certainly on online as well as a sort of like joint venture. It's really a case of building that trust and building that relationship with the people over a period of time, and not asking someone for their help or, you know, business. You know, it comes down the line. So, but yeah, it does happen. And I think particularly, I know on Twitter, you know, you do get people just tagging you and, you know, kind of wanting you to do things. But so I found more of it recently with Facebook, because I've had lots and lots of friend requests, which is fantastic. And I'm very happy to get connected with people. But that doesn't mean to say I want you to send me, can you share my stuff as soon as we're friends? So, you know, it's a balance, isn't it? It is a balance. But yeah, so for me this week, I'm going to be working on my new directory for business women, which has been up and running. In fact, thank you to Sean. She was another person who's been able to test it and check out how it's working, which is very well. And along with sending out my email about being able to keep people informed with the best information, that's kind of it almost for this week. You know, we kind of juggle many things, don't we? So while I'm doing those 2 key things that I'm working on this week, I'm actually connecting with some of my contributors, because in March, or certainly early spring, I'm going to be having a new free app called BizRock's BizFix, which is one of the reasons I started the Blab back in sort of November, December time. I've been working on a new app, which will be totally free. and I've got some great people who will be sharing really good content on all sorts of topics, business related. So whether it be Facebook marketing or coaching, that will be going out in the free app. So that's another thing that I've kind of been having conversations with people this week and catching up with here and there. But next week it's all going to be all systems go. So I'm going to be getting some more of that connected. So that's really exciting in my world. So yeah, so how about your world? What are you guys doing this week? Taking it easy. I know Sian says she's working around her son, and she's being more productive when her husband is at home, which, yeah, it's handy to have that extra pair of hands sometimes, isn't it? So kudos to all you single parents out there, because it's tough sometimes. You know, you have a lot on your plate when you actually bring up children on your own. It's really hard. So yeah. So that's kind of me this week. If either of you want to jump in, or anyone that's watching would like to hop into the seat, and so I think it's going to be that way. Am I right? Have I got it right this time? Is it that way? It's difficult to tell because I know it's like a reflection. In fact, I was playing yesterday with my, I've got a new tripod because I want to start doing a bit more on Facebook Live as well. So I was getting my David Bailey hat on, if those of you that know David Bailey, UK photographer. I was kind of learning a bit more on videoing from my camera. In fact, I realised that my phone actually on my camera is way better than this screen, this built-in iMac, what do you call them, camera. Webcam. So it's a built-in one that I'm using now, but when I actually recorded myself on both at the same time yesterday, I was amazed at the quality. This one's not so bad because it doesn't show up all my wrinkles so much, but the camera was really not very forgiving, so I was like, yeah, so yeah. But anyhow, I'm going to be using my phone a bit more because it's very easy to upload from there as well. So I know, I get that, and we're busy and you're doing things, and that's fine. I'm quite happy talking to myself this morning, this afternoon. I'll be here for a little bit longer, and hopefully someone else may pop in. I'm going to just tweet it out and see if I get that blank message, which I think I am. I'm going to get a picture of me, smile. It does that lovely recording GIF picture, so I'll probably look like I'm like talking on speed or something. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, for me at the moment, I'm getting no messages in there. So I guess I have to just type one in there and see if some other people come along. But I know this week particularly, half term, a lot of my audience will be busy. And if they're not busy, they're probably trying to cram in as much work as they can. Live now, so I can't type and talk. That's quite hard. I'm quite good at multitasking, but typing is not so easy. So live now. Join me for I have to look where my hashtags are. That's a shame because it used to be very easy to type to tweet out, but it looks like they made it a lot harder for people. I'm not sure that I like that, because people want easy, don't they? They want to consume content. They want to be able to share things at the click of a button. They don't want to be spending too much time. Time is invaluable. Yeah. Women are brilliant at multitasking. Well, sometimes. I think it depends what we're doing, but we try. I think they say, don't they? It's kind of like our brains are more wired for it. And I think, guys just find it harder. It's an innate thing to be able to do one thing for a man, concentrating on one thing generally. So yeah, I know, but that's my husband's excuse. He always says he can't do more than one thing, and if I try and talk to him while he's doing something, he never hears me, so and that's what he says anyhow. I think it's true. I believe it's true. But yeah, so this week, as I say, that's me all wrapped up as far as what I'm up to. Next week, I will be publishing the 35th issue. I can't believe it's 35, so that's like 2.5 years of publishing the Business Rocks magazine for women in business, and the time has just flown by, so I've really loved and still love putting it all together. And we've got, in fact, the next issue's got 4 out of the 5 articles all on Facebook. I don't tend to kind of topic one magazine particularly into one theme, but it just sort of so happened this month that most of it's come out on Facebook, and that may be because there's a lot of changes been happening. In fact, this morning on my phone I had one. I took a screenshot. I probably can't show you so easily now, but it was quite interesting because it came up with a little pop-up on my phone saying, try peek and pop on Facebook. Press lightly on links, photos and more to peek at what's there. Then press firmly to pop into full view. I'll show you. I'll turn it around. Look like that. Can you see that? And so I grabbed a quick screenshot, as you do. The food looked pretty cool too, actually. I have to say, I did feel quite hungry when I saw that picture. Yeah, it may be a myth. It may be a myth. The multitasking bit may be a myth. But yeah, and then I tried to do it. I tried to peek and pop. I can't even say it, but it didn't work for me. So it's really interesting because I've set my phone up on US. I do tend to get a lot of new things show up quite quickly. For instance, the instant articles months ago showed up on my phone, but then they kind of disappear and go away again. So I'm never really quite sure whether, you know, when they will actually roll out. But that looks like another novel way of actually consuming content really quickly. So I'll keep posted on that one. It looks quite nice. So yeah, so next week is all about production for me. The magazine will be coming out on Friday week. So that's the 26th of February. And it's pretty much actually all ready. Just a bit of marketing and imagery work to do. Yeah, and at the moment, with the new app that I'm working on, I'm looking at getting some other virtual assistant support, possibly from someone in the Philippines. So I've been looking at that, which would be really cool because there will be a lot of like automatic processes that I want to outsource to someone so that I don't have to do them all myself. So that's really next week. That's what I'm going to be concentrating on as well. So yeah, I can't wait for that. So if no one can join me today, I'm going to make it short and sweet today because I've got a few things I need to tie up, and I'm also saving my voice for tonight because I know Sarah Kent is going to grill me. In fact, I'll just drop the link in the chat here so you can have a look. And if you fancy listening in, did that work? No, paste. Here we go. If you fancy subscribing, listening in or catching the replay, Sarah Kent's going to be talking about creating the work that we want to do with me tonight at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to save my voice a bit today and keep today's call to about half an hour. So I've got another 5 minutes or so. And make sure that I don't go too croaky because I find if I talk too much, I start losing my voice. Which is not good. So I'm hoping I'm going to keep awake till 8 o'clock tonight, actually. I got up really early. I think, you know, I should have had a lie in this half term, but it hasn't been happening. I've been making the most of the mornings while everyone else is asleep. But obviously husband gets up, goes to work. So kind of, I think, oh no, I'll get up. No point staying in bed anymore. So yeah, I probably need a bit of a coffee, I think, later to kind of wake me up so I'm ready to talk at 8 o'clock and catch up with her, which will be really exciting. I've done quite a few interviews actually, but when I actually heard from her, she said, oh, you know, I don't have any specific questions. So that's like great because I'm not somebody I've realised that I like to free flow. So I like to just take things on. If I think about it too much and have to think about writing something down or having a topic to talk about, I find that much harder. So that's just my personality. Everybody's different. You know, a lot of people would like to have all the questions in advance and kind of plan it all out in their head or write it all down and have it all ready. But yeah, so it will be really cool. So see what she asks me later. If you can join us, that'd be fantastic. And I will be here next Wednesday at 1 p.m. I've lost track of the dates now. It may be with Wendy. I can't remember now. In fact, I will be back on Blab on Friday with Wendy Tomlinson for her morning biz chat, so you will see me then. We're alternating every couple of weeks. I'll go and join her once a month, and she comes 2 weeks later and comes and joins me. So we're not, often sat on our own, which is great. Blab, obviously, for the UK particularly, is really new. So at this time of day, most of the people I can tell are going to be UK based. We do get some US people on the show. And obviously, everyone's welcome wherever you are in the world. So do come and join us. So for now, guys, unless you've got any other questions or you want to tell me anything exciting or share anything in the chat, feel free to pop links in there as you've been sat listening to me. I'm more than happy for you to pop your links to your business in the chat. But for now, it's kind of time now to catch up with some other things. And yeah, see you Friday morning then. You will, Sian, you will. I have to wash my hair again. That's a shame. But no, so seriously. We will catch up again soon. So thank you all for joining me and watching this. And if you're catching the replay on the website and you've got any questions, you can even go and ask me on Facebook, because I've got a Facebook tab on the Business Rocks Women page. So you can go and ask any questions in there at a later date. So for now, everyone, I'd like to wish you all goodbye and happy half term, and have a fantastic Wednesday afternoon. See you all again soon. Bye-bye.